Tanakwe, kia ora.
Excuse me, sir.
Sir, good afternoon.
I have a question. I know we haven't started yet, but I notice there's no lighting conductor on this property, and this is a very high lighting strike area. Can you tell me what provision is being made for lighting strike?
So I can tell you nothing about those provisions whatsoever. I'm sure that all parties here today have done that research, and I'd be encouraged by their bidding, but I have no information to add to what's been circulated to you by our agents.
Thank you.
Sorry, I can't help further. Kia ora Tanakwe, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome one and all, but more particularly aspiring residents or those who aspire to be the next lucky fortuitous owner of number 20 Runnymede Street in Battery Point in the haven of Hobart. My name is Phil McGoldrick, and in my capacity as your auctioneer today, I'm here simply to complement and complete the industrious and excellent campaign conducted by Alison Aiken of Harcourt's Grenadier Real Estate. May I also acknowledge and thank our owners for their instructions and obviously wish them well in their endeavours today. A big day for them. Now, on display at the back of the room for the last hour, all of the vital documentation for your auction today. We've provided right throughout the campaign copies of contract, limb and title and the Real Estate Institute's Code of Auction Practice. It's to that contract that I refer you to now briefly to describe the offering at 20 Runnymede Street in Battery Point in Hobart. The property is a stratum and freeholder. It's lot 44 on strata plan 143029, and it's all the parcel and certificate of title volume 2 folio 143209. Extensive high quality chattels sell with the property, and as part of your consideration today there's a furniture inventory attached. Add to that the double oven, the hot plates, the TV aerial, all of the fixed floor coverings, those fabulous and electronic blinds and screens, the drapes, the light fittings. There are 2 plasma TVs, there's a DVD player, and that extraordinary sound system forms part of the lot as well. Let's explain the process or the conduct of auction today. I have been specified a reserve price by my owners, but I'm not at liberty to disclose that to you, the bidders at large. I say simply that subject to the reserve price being reached, the highest bidder shall be the purchaser. In the case of a disputed bid, I simply put the property up at the last undisputed bid, and as auctioneer I may refuse any bid that I deem not to be in the best interest of my sellers. Your bids, of course, today in this auditorium are binding and no bid shall be retracted. The vendor has reserved the right to bid through me, the auctioneer. If I do place vendor bids, I will clearly identify them. They will obviously be made below my reserve level. The auctioneer or a real estate agent acting for the vendor may submit a bid on behalf of any other person, and the vendor may withdraw their property from sale before the property is actually sold and without declaring their reserve price. If you are the lucky and successful purchaser today, on the fall of this hammer you incur 2 very simple obligations. One is, with shaking hand you sign the contract, and secondly you pay to me, the auctioneer, a deposit equal to 10% of the purchase price. Sir, one moment. The balance of those purchase monies will be payable in...
Question, please.
Sir.
I'm very worried about the noise that's going to come from the pub below this property. And your brochure talks about peace and quiet and those sorts of things. What guarantees can you give me about peaceful enjoyment?
Absolutely no guarantees, but the quality of glass has been specifically designed to prevent that noise, which you'll obviously get in a cosmopolitan downtown situation. On the balcony, sir, I have no guarantees whatsoever. Good luck in your bidding today and welcome to you. Balance of purchase monies in 30 days' time. Just to reiterate, bidding inclusive of GST, what you bid is what you pay. I pause at this juncture. Are there any other matters of concern, any other questions that I may be able to help you with before bidding commences today? Last opportunity. Now folks, when I referred to the chattel list, I told you today that 2 plasma TVs will sell with the property. My prediction is they will be superfluous. They will be surplus to your needs, because that ceiling to floor glass that spans the east-west, west-south boundary of the property will become your giant screen with 270-degree views over the universe of Hobart. You know, 130 years ago, your now deceased next-door neighbour, Captain McGregor, used to sit atop his home, Lena, and principally to watch his whaling ships haul whales back into the port. Now, from your captain's loft, you'll be able to observe international cruisers coming into the port. Yes, some of them will be carrying whales, but they'll be of the living variety. You'll have a bird's eye view of the finish of the Sydney-Hobart Classic. You'll be able to look down on 250,000 people who annually enjoy the taste of Tasmania treat. You'll watch the burgeoning number of tourists to this Mecca enjoying the treats of Salamanca and of course of Battery Point. This luxurious penthouse is more than an apartment. It's a concept. And it was cleverly conceived and crafted by one of our local architects. It's a brilliant architectural amalgam. It's an amalgam of the old and new. It's been so sympathetically designed that you could mistake it for a younger sibling of the historic home Lena, Captain McGregor's home next door. It's an amalgam of summer and winter. Today to look out on the waters with the sunshine and the shimmer, and then to look west to Mount Wellington, blessed with a light dusting of powder snow last night. It's an amalgam of those waters and of those mountains. Folks, this is luxurious living at its best. You know, that Tasmanian oak flooring grounds the contemporary convenience and, of course, the state-of-the-art technology that blesses the home as well. Kitchens, bathrooms, done to the most comprehensive specification list. The room at the rear, such flexibility, such scope, brilliant media room, studio, living room, converting so easily to your third bedroom. Ladies and gentlemen, as Tasmania, as Hobart continues to come of age, and these utopian situations become so more difficult to procure, this is your time, this is your opportunity. Take that opportunity, treat and reward yourselves, be the next Captain McGregor of Hobart, and see if you can't harpoon this opportunity today. Where do you see it? Opening bidder offer. Be quick.